evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and tonight we're going to be talking about one of the most iconic paintball fields I think that there is. There's some great paintball fields across the U.S., and I am absolutely blessed to know these guys. You got Panhandle Paintball down in Florida. It's Dan Colby's field. You got Jerry Braun's out there in New York, Paintball Sports. And then you got the the fabulous Tim Schloss's Gateway Paintball in St. Louis. Um, that's actually where we hold the last of the WCPL tournaments throughout the year because it's just terrific. I mean, it is absolutely great. If you get a chance and you're anywhere within hundreds of miles, it's worth the drive to go there and play it. It's a great field. And tonight I'm going to talk about another great field, one that has been there a long, long, long time. I've got my super buddy, Mr. Bud Orr, on with me tonight. One of the nicest guys you probably ever want to meet in paintball, not just in paintball, period. He's just one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. You got Bud for a friend. You've got a friend. He's absolutely terrific. That's just a given, actually. And also tonight, I've got the owner, SC. Here we go. I'm going to give it a shot. Giovanni Di Egidio. I've been practicing that all week, so I hope I was pretty close with it. Anyhow, yeah, we're going to talk about the SC Village and some of the things that are actually coming up this year. Plus, it's their 40-year anniversary. Now, Bud and I go back. We both started in '84. And so did SC Village. So Bud, SC, and myself are going to all take and talk about our 40 years in paintball. And you're going to absolutely love it. Having Gio on and Bud, Bud goes back a long ways with Gio, and he goes back a long ways with SC. A lot of the autococker was born there. And, Bud's house is still out there. It's pretty cool. It's like a shrine. You ever get a chance, you're going to want to walk down the road and you see it on the left-hand side. You walk in and it's got a feeling about it. I don't even know what to say, but if you're a big paintball guy, it just man, you go in and you're like, this is so cool, unreal. Yeah, I got to go there with Bud too. Bud stood in there 40 years ago working on stuff. So it was pretty cool. Absolutely love it. So I got a couple of things I want to mention real quick, and then I'm going to drag these guys out here, and we are going to talk about what is coming up this year. Some very, very special things coming up this year. Pretty darn cool. But first of all, obviously, we had to cancel the tournament down there. It was going to be this coming Saturday, February 10th. But, the weather is just horrific down there right now. There's all kinds of flooding and everything going on. So we took and we shifted it out, and we are going to still do it March 23rd at SC Village. The Woods Ball, the WCPL, you're going to absolutely love it. I'm hoping a bunch of teams will come down and play this thing, and we just have us a great time. That's March 23rd. It's a Saturday. I'm going to try to do it all in one day, because Gio's got some plans. I'm not going to break the news right now, but Gio's got some plans on maybe that Sunday we could do something too. So I'll wait till I bring him on and we'll talk about it. Then I want to go ahead and I want to mention Tommy Cole in the NXL is having the Summit Trade Show, and it's at the Sahara Hotel and Casino, and it's March 11th through the 13th. Now, I know they have an NXL tournament that weekend. So this, I believe, is a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. And it's going to be pretty cool. You're going to have vendors from everywhere showing up at this thing. And the way I understand it, it's already sold out. So it's going to be pretty cool. So if you get a chance, you're going to want to jump over there and check that out. And plus, you're in Vegas. Come on. How cool is that? You know what? And then I got to mention my buddy JD Hanu Fox. He's having a Hawaiian Legends, and it's in Maui, February 16th and the 18th. So if you get a chance, and that's not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, who wouldn't want to go play in Hawaii? How cool is that? I talk about Tim Schloss's field, and I talk about SC, these places are you can reach. But, if you get a chance and you're on vacation, the Hawaiian one would be pretty cool. But, I consider going to SC and Gateway Paintball. I consider that one heck of a vacation because I got to tell you, it has never disappointed me, period. Let me give my shout outs real quick here so I can drag these guys out here. I start every week with Tim Schloss. Okay, now I just talked about Tim. I just talked about his field. And the reason I do that is probably Tim is probably one of my best friends I think I've ever had in my life. Um, him and I go back a long, long way. What he's done for paintball back in the past and what he still does for paintball, it just deserves mentioning every week. Bar none, period. And the field that he's put together back there is phenomenal. It's absolutely very cool. And it's only 6 minutes from the airport. He said 10 minutes, but I think he was caught in traffic. I'm not really sure, But anyhow, you get a chance, Gateway Paintball, Tim Schloss, and the Tiger Stripe. Right there it is. That is the original Tiger Stripe, and it's on sale right now at Social Paintball. And, there's a lot of knockoffs, but this is the original. Just like, Bud Orr's marker. A lot of knockoff cockers out there. There's only one cocker, and that is Bud Orr's, period. So anyhow, moving on. Then my next, I got to say hi to Dan and John Colby, Immortal Air. Been my sponsors for a long, long time, 30 some years. Absolutely great. Then my buddy Bud Orr. I was talking about what a friend Tim Schloss is. I put Bud Orr right alongside of Tim Schloss. These guys, what they do for the sport, you can't even put it into words. I really don't have any trouble talking. Obviously, everybody knows that, man. Matter of fact, that's why most people just tell me to shut up. But when I talk about these guys are the best of the best. You can't ask for better people. If they were in the NFL would even be better. It's just everything about these guys is just straight up, and I absolutely love them. And you'll get to see and talk to and listen to Mr. Bud Orr tonight. He's going to be on talking about SC Village, and he knows all about Gateway Paintball too. Bud's like a donut. He's been around, man. It's pretty cool. And then I say hi to Tom K. Tom K was my second paintball sponsor, marker sponsor with Airgun Designs and the great Automag. Look in the past. What's still out there kicking? Autocockers, Automags, and for rentals, Dennis Titman's. It's just it's phenomenal what these guys put together. It's not like this just happened yesterday. This happened years and years ago, and they're still out there rocking right now. Gotta love it. Then I say hi to Rainey and Juby Boucher every week. They had paintball news back in the day. And Randy Camilla, editor for Paintball or APG, gave me my very first cover shot. Absolutely love it. Now Jerry Braun, Paintball Sport Magazine, and Jerry has the third of the WCPL tournaments this year, and it's in Newburgh, New York, and it's at Paintball Sports Field. Pretty cool. Absolutely love it. Then I say hi to Ross Alexander, my very first marker sponsor. Ross was just a great guy. I can't say enough about him either. I mention all these guys because, I just don't want you guys to ever forget these people. Would paintball still be here today? Very possible. I'm sure it would. But would it be here in the capacity that it's here right now? I really don't think so. These guys, I wish I could take all you youngsters and just, time warp you back to that time, when everything was just starting. One of my friends says it's like the golden years of paintball. And he's right. It is, just like Hollywood's still there, but Hollywood's nothing like it was back in the 20s. Well, it's the same thing with paintball. You go back for these guys, these guys really put it together. Look at Gio making SC. Yeah, 40 years. Come on, that's 40 years in the making in that thing, man. It just absolutely rocks. So when I talk about each one of these guys, there's a reason. I just want all you kids to understand what these guys really did for you way back in the day. Then Jim Lively, 2 tournaments you wanted to do every year. One was Jim Lively's Masters. The other was Jerry Braun's World Cup. It was like a family reunion. I always say that you get to, when you go to events like this, and that's what we're going to do with SC, and that's what we're doing with Gateway Paintball, is when you go there, you're going to have a good time and play paintball and shoot the heck out of your buddy. But what's behind the scenes? Behind the scenes is you're hanging out with your buddies. You are going and having a great time with friends you would not normally see if it was not for paintball. So, that is like the paintball blessing, especially for this guy right here. I just I can't even begin to tell you how much I absolutely love going and doing these things and seeing all these people and knowing that I have friends that are probably the best friends in the world, but you never get to see them unless you go to paintball. It's absolutely cool. Then I got to say hi to Gino. Gino from Belkin. Gino does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Been a friend of mine for a lot of years. Good guy, real good guy. And I just like what he does for paintball, and everybody goes, oh man, he's got all this. Yeah, he's got all that stuff. The guy started by going through the woods and picking up tubes, buying a case of paintball, cleaning the tubes, filling the tubes, taking them out and reselling them. Okay. So that's how he started. It wasn't like, a gazillion dollars was like dropped in his lap and go, here, man, you're like a paintball god. Go do it. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Then I say hi real quick to my two little buddies, the young guns, Jaden Gong and Mark Gong Jr., because the young guns are our future. Remember that always. Now, without further ado, I'm sure everybody's sick of hearing me talk, but I'm so passionate about this sport, and I'm so passionate about the people that I put on my show. Everybody I put on my show, I feel is somebody special for paintball. And tonight I've got two guys that, God, if like the pedestal was here, I'd have to put a box on the pedestal and put them up on top of that. That's how much I think of them. So let me start real quick by bringing out my longtime buddy. And I got to tell you, Mr. Kick in the Pants. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Budor.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Doing good. Well, we got us a heck of a guest tonight, bud. I mean,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, him and I go way back.
Yeah, it was right before the dinosaurs went down, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm
yes,
not really
right
sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a little older, so but he rode in on a dinosaur. So
that's
yeah,
what it is.
that's how I met him. Yeah.
I'll tell you what really hurts is I think he's younger than I am. Now that really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, he's way younger than both of us. Yeah, he's pretty young.
Yeah. Well, what do you say we bring him out here and let's talk a little bit SC Village tonight? What do you say?
I'm all for it. All for
Right on, brother. All right, please, everybody, welcome one of the nicest guys in paintball, the guy that has a paintball park that's, God, I don't know, it's pretty damn close to Disneyland, what you say? If you're a paintball player?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, please, everybody, welcome Mr. Giovanni D'Egidio. Hey, Gio, what's going on, buddy?
Hey,
hello, bud.
Gio.
Hello, Fred. Hello, paintball world. It's good
Gio.
to see everybody nice and dry.
Yeah, you guys down there, I got to tell you, I don't think you're very dry yet.
No, I know. We have a lake at SC Village, but it's clearing up right now.
Oh, is it? Oh, good. Yeah, it's, I had Tim Schloss call me today, and he just called me. He goes, "Are you guys okay out there?" And I says, "Yeah." I said, "We're pretty good. We had our weather yesterday and day before, and then you guys have been getting pounded down there, and I think you still got a couple more days of it coming yet."
Yeah, thank God we cleared the river, so at least the maps are not flooded how they were in the past. But we'll see. We get more rain. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. Gio, I was talking about SC, and how it's your 40-year anniversary this year. And, what you have done over the years is just incredible. I mean, when I went down there and I seen some of the statues and some of the things that you've got out there, I'm like, it's just amazing. So you got some pretty good things coming up there this year also, too, being your 40th anniversary. Am I right?
Yeah, it's going to be almost every month some spectacular thing happening out there. We are planning for the 40th anniversary party the last weekend of September. And then just about every other month, there'll be some sort of something highlight at the park. Starting next month, every month, there'll be a rebuild of a field or a map. until we get to DK Nation, where there'll be like 5 new maps. But we've been building. I mean, we've been busy beavers for the last year, getting ready for this. And the park is looking great, looking fabulous. Thank God, everything's going well there.
Yeah, when a few months ago, Bud and I, you took the time out to walk Bud and I around there, man. And I mean, Bud and I were both pooped. That's not a small park. So, but see, I'm sticking up for you, but I said me too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I need that.
Yeah. I got your back, buddy. You know that. Come on.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think Bud has more energy than both of us, Fred.
you might be right too.
Yeah, he'll be pulling us up the hill one day.
Yeah, that sure does suck. But anyhow, but when you walked us around, the fields I was looking at were just incredible to start with, Gio. But you kept talking about, and we're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this. It's like it's almost a never-ending thing with you.
Well, I think the build out is going to take me about 2 years to complete it. We are in a renaissance, and I am committed to making SC Village really a mecca of paintball. Hollywood Sports, as right now, I think is the most advanced paintball park in the world, and SC Village will surpass that build out. So there's a lot. I mean, we're putting a parking lot. Our parking lot will be about 1,500 cars on asphalt, and then there'll be auxiliary parking. I'm building. Currently, we're building 3 new tournament arenas. The weekend of President's Weekend, DeFi came on board as a sponsor, so we're building a DeFi arena. In the arenas, it's GI paint and DeFi paint, as long as it's yellow and white. Enjoy yourself. We are also building 6 new major maps on the field. I'm also building an airsoft area. We're currently building a 5-acre airsoft map. We're putting lights at the park, so starting summer, we'll be open for night games Thursday through Sunday. But there's a lot going on. We're remodeling. I'm putting a pro shop there. I'm putting it's about 4,200 square foot pro shop that will have other activities, so people can go to the park during the week and hang out and have other activities. And we're adding a major summer camp. So we're working with the county of San Bernardino. We're expecting about 300 kids a week for summer camp. So you have family and you need an inexpensive place to drop off your kids. Call the office, because we have a lot of exciting things for summer camp. It's going to be from 7 years old to 14-year-old summer camp. But it's already selling out. We sold out the first week of June. On that sale, I was like 225 kids already. So we're just trying to expose people.
The summer camp, what do you do at the summer camp, Gio?
So summer camp will be both. So we train people. You'll start on Monday. By Friday, you'll be a paintball player, airsoft player. But throughout the week, there'll be, just like a summer camp, archery, axe throwing, nature trail walks, painting, canoeing, the whole 9 yards. We're using every aspect of SC Village, the ground. So it's going to be pretty exciting, and we're working with a gigantic summer camp to make that happen. We are also adding this year zombie kill houses again. We're working with a monster truck company that they're going to drive on the field with monster trucks, and you'll shoot zombies through the month of October.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing everywhere. It's that big, zombie shoot, man.
Yeah, we did well. We started that at Hollywood Sports in 2001, and it became very known in other theme parks. Just about every other theme park came to Hollywood Sports to see what we were doing there, from Universal Studios, Knott's Berry Farm, and we just shared the technology, shared the industry, and everybody's doing it now. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Plus, Hollywood Park also, right?
Excuse me?
I said Hollywood Park is also yours, right?
Yeah. So Dennis just retired. So
yeah,
Dennis is my longtime friend and partner. He retired last December. But we own Hollywood Sports. We have SC Village, Giant San Diego, Giant Party Sports in Dallas, Texas, and Combat Paintball with some other partners in Castaic.
Wow, plus, so you don't have much going on then, huh?
No, and then we have 4 other affiliate parks, and this year we're hoping to add more. So I've been teaming up with smaller parks not doing so well, and just saying, hey, this is the ecosystem. How do you get customers? You got to do A, B, and C, and that's going well too. So we're trying our best to keep paintball moving. I'm concerned about the future. If you look right now, we have Bud. Thank God we have Bud. He's our historian. We have you, Fred. But we're looking for some young generation to come in and take our shoes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as of right now, there's not a lot of that. I mean, you talk about Tommy Cole's event in Vegas. That's a must attend. If you're a paintball field owner, you must go to Tommy's event, because at that event, we're going to share some industry standards that without Bud, it would not be possible, and start moving paintball forward. We are still in the best business in America. I've owned other businesses. I had restaurants, I had bakeries, I had nightclubs, and there's no business like paintball business, because you build it once and it's there, and then you're just bringing more and more people on board. And no other business like that in America is like that. But we need help now. We need the young generation to come on board, from running parks to opening parks to marketing parks. We need more people.
But you know, when I was down there last week, I seen a lot of youngsters at your park, and I seen dads actually bringing their sons out to the park too. So you
Yeah,
know,
thank
it,
God.
it, it absolutely is. And you know, Tim Schloss, he has a. I wish you could meet Tim Schloss. You'd love the guy. He had tiger stripe camouflage, and
Yeah,
yeah, he has Gateway Paintball in St. Louis. You'd love this guy. You guys would get along tremendously. But you know, your idea of helping other guys, because you know, one thing I always say, that everybody, you know, fighting with each other over their little piece of pie, if everybody got together and put things together and made it work, you'd have such a big piece of pie that your piece would be enormous, you know.
yeah,
And by you going out and trying to connect, and you know, it's almost like a franchise, what it
right.
sounds like, you know, getting these other fields. That way, what it does is it makes the marketing not just for their field, but for all the other fields together. You know, you got like a mass marketing. You know, you played this guy, now come and play this guy. We're all hooked
Yeah,
together.
yeah. I mean, Bud said it best about 22 years ago at an AST meeting. We were all arguing, and Bud was always the voice of reason. He says, "Listen, guys, outside those doors, we can be competition. Inside these doors, and when we're around the table, we're one family, and together we can grow an industry." And Bud was the proof of that. He really made it happen. And then when Bud retired, I mean, the industry, it set the industry back. People don't understand how much work Bud put into this industry to grow it. I mean, he gave up family time. He sacrificed his own finances to make things happen. We need more leaders like that. And right
Yeah.
now, we're very short. We're very short, Fred.
Yep. Yeah, I know all about that. I was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bud and I banged away together back in the day, huh, Bud?
Yep, yep, yep. It was fun. You know, Gio and I just we sat down and talked a lot. You know, and his son, which you know was
Bear.
a kick in the butt growing up. Boy, he was a great paintball player. Oh my God,
I hear he's
you
still a
know.
kick in the butt.
Yeah,
yeah,
he is.
he
Bear,
is.
bear. Call him Little Bear, Big Bear. Now he's just Bear. You know.
Yeah. You know, I heard he has a podcast, Gio, does he?
Yeah.
He does got he does got a couple of podcasts, but right now he has a successful mixed martial art podcast, and he's all the biggest fighters in the world is on his show weekly. He just had Gracie, Royce Gracie from the Ultimate Fight from the beginning. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every champion, when you win an event or before you go to a major competition, they're usually in Bear's podcast talking about what's happening. And he also does celebrities, but he likes the mixed martial arts, and that's his favorite podcast to do. He's doing well. I mean, they get millions and millions of views. He has he's part of a jewelry company, and they sell jewelry around the world. But really, it goes back to his paintball style of marketing, where he's in it with them. You know, he's doing fantastic with that podcast.
Outstanding. Very, very cool. You know, Bud, you guys go back a long ways. You actually, matter of fact, your house is still out at SC, and you started out there actually developing, I'll say, the autococker. Am I right?
Yeah, that's the guy that pissed me off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he
buttshot
was.
guy.
I was at SC Village, so no, he just he's a friend of mine, and he was making a gun. Well, a friend of his was making a gun, and he was selling it, and I had my friend Gunny next door. We're both gunsmiths, and we got along great. but I wanted to sell his guns, but I couldn't talk to. You remember his name? I can't remember, Gino.
No, I can't remember his name. He's history, bud. When you
Yeah.
start making your gun, that was it. That was
Well,
it.
anyway, he's sitting there, and I had to talk to Gunny to talk to him, and we're all standing there looking at each other. I said, "This is bullshit." What's that? I said, "I'm having to talk to him to buy your gun, and you're standing here." He said, "Well, that's just the way it is." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I ain't going for that." And he says, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to build a gun." He laughed his ass off, and he got in his truck and left. Well, I thought about it till Thursday or Friday night, and my favorite TV program was going to come on at 8 o'clock. So I had 6 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock to go watch the program, I'd already had a body built and the trigger frame on it. And I'm just pushing it, because I thought about it. So I went out after the program at 9. I worked till midnight, got up at 6, worked till 9, and shot the gun at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, figured out about 9 hours of work or 8 hours, something like that. I built the gun. And I had to bore the aluminum out to make the barrel, So anyway, I went out to the field, and I happened to follow this dude right in, and followed him into the field, Well, he was a little heavy set, and he waddles out of his truck and starts walking off, and I put a round in my gun and shot him in the butt, and he's hopping around. I don't know what it shot at, probably 300 or something. And so we had a contest, and I actually whipped his ass in the contest, shooting. So long ago, we had feed tubes, the tubes.
Yeah, I still got a bunch of them.
10 round tubes.
Yep.
And but anyway, he got in his truck and left. Said, "I can't compete with that." And I said, "Oh." And when I shot him in the ass, he said, "Why'd you do that?" I said, "Don't laugh at me ever," So, but that's where it started, right there. SC.
Yeah, that actually made SC Village. I mean, at the time, the park was okay. We were getting customers, but when Bud put his booth there and rental systems there, and then when the people just enjoyed the autococker, because what Bud did actually, I don't think people really realize, he made a product. He really made a Harley Davidson product in paintball, because everyone could be unique to their own autococker. And still to this day, no one in the industry has duplicated this. There's no one customizing their guns. There's no one saying, "Hey, that is me." When you saw a gun, a paintball marker anywhere in the field, you would know who that marker belonged to, because they were able to put their own personality into it. And I'm hoping, like I said, we lost a lot with Bud by him retiring, but the young generation's got to look at this, that we're an individual sport, and we got to get back to people customizing and doing things. But without without working products, there'd be no SC Builds today. That's for sure. So we can't.
What a great way of putting it. That was great, because how many autocockers do you see out there that it's a basic autococker, but they put their own touches on it?
Yeah, and you imagine, so let's call it, maybe 39 years of the craze of the autococker. You can go 39 years, and you can say that was this guy's gun, that was Danny Love, that's Brahima Stefan, that's even Dave Youngblood. When you own it, hey, that was Rocky's gun, that was Clayton's gun. I mean, there's nothing like that today. There's nothing like that today, and I'm hoping that we can come back to that. And that's when people are really invested in the sport, when they put their own soul behind the product that they're shooting. So, but Bud lent everybody the canvas to be unique, and so the industry owes a lot to all you guys. We owe a lot to Bud. I personally owe a lot to Bud. I wouldn't be here today without him, because by him setting up the booth, he actually broke the style play. So not only you're a beginner now, then you start becoming like a pro player or more seasoned player. And it was because Bud had that rental gun that product at the park. So you can imagine back then, Bud was renting his autococker. I think we were still renting PGPs. So think about the difference, of product,
Night and day. Yeah.
9 day, 9 day.
Wow.
Well, there was a lot of things that came out of SC Village. I mean, major things. I know the barrel plug was that was generated. Dennis come in and was aggravated because my wife was sitting there, renting the guns out, and guys just slapped the gun back on the thing. This was before the sniper, and the gun would go off. Well, it'd just be missing her. And they're still on the back wall. If you look at the back wall of the building, there's still splats on it.
Right.
So Dennis came. Well, Dennis or you came up and said, "We got to do something about this," So I went home and made a barrel plug, and
But even that, people thought the 3 O-rings were for looks, but you were so intelligent that you said, "Hey, these barrels are all different sizes," and he made the O-rings fit the different sizes of barrels out there. And people today think, oh, there was just 3 rings for 3 rings. It was not the case. It was not the case. There was a lot of thought will be that one thing too, Fred. I just want to tell you that one thing, the barrel plug. We would not have an industry today without that barrel plug.
It wasn't just that. The way I understand it, there was more than just a barrel plug that you guys actually initiated.
Oh,
the
there
loader,
was goggles. We had either shop goggles or sunglasses, and I got mine shot off a couple of times. So I thought, well, this ain't gonna work, So, and chronos, SC was, as far as I know, the first chrono.
Yeah.
And
first shooting range.
Yeah.
No, there was no place even to fix guns, but Bud actually made the shooting range for us. I think it's still out there. You remember with the little targets, Bud?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's, my sister asked about that about a week ago. So, but I mean, feet per second came from me and SC Village. I got with doctors and find out what because we broke a couple of fingers for kids.
Yeah. There was a lot of major minor injuries.
Oh yeah, and we didn't know how fast we were shooting, so. We went out and got a chrono, and it was shooting pretty fast. And so I was going back east to see New Jersey, and I had a formula, so I came up with feet per second and impact energy. And I talked to doctors to find out what it takes to break a bone. They said 12 pounds. And I said, well, if you come down to 10, would that do it? He said, no, it hurt, but it won't break it. I said, okay, so 10 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle was 300 feet per second with a 56 grain paintball. So we done all kinds of things. Got the feet per second, established what the paintball weight has to be, and the size and all kinds of stuff came from SC Village, and we had the first chronos, and I mean, all that came out in ASTM.
Yeah.
We had we developed all the safety stuff. The first goggles, the 2 lens goggles, was come from SC Village. I went out and got shot up, and that's when I bought a bunch of them, and I'm thinking the name of them in a minute, but anyway, they had 2 lenses, and so I showed Dennis. I said I stuck 300 feet per second. I stuck my barrel on it, and it only broke the first lens. It didn't break the second one. So every week he would take a set of my goggles at safety and shoot them. I said, Dennis, every time you shoot them, it costs me $30, man. So those are the first really paintball goggles, and then we started getting shot in the mouth, knocking teeth out, and all that stuff. So we went to the full face mask.
We went to cover your ears, cover your mouth.
Yeah, cover the ears and mouth.
But see, what was nice was it was a renaissance. Like the only way I can describe it, it'd be like, say, Italy with Michelangelo and the Medicis and Da Vinci, that they're all talking with each other, making it better. And as of right now, I mean, we need the younger generation to get involved, because it's not just about shooting up out there. It's about how to make this thing fun, how to make it better. Even back then when we were doing private groups, there was a time you need 30 people to play, and then we brought it down to like 20, then 15, and said, okay, that's a good number, and they made the business explode.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping that Tommy's doing an event in Vegas. If everybody listening to this can tell a friend to go to that event, that'd be very important because look who's running the industry, guys. It's all the old school. Tommy was an old school player. He's still there doing it, making it happen.
Yep.
We got some patriarchs like Bart, and
Yep.
there's other people like that. Just keep on investing. They're not making money. They're investing in the industry and making it grow. And like I said, right now, the way if you watch TV, everybody's upset and depressed and angst. Just go out there and play paintball for one day. You come home a new person.
Yep.
And that's what
Absolutely right.
we actually sell a good way to get rid of your
Frustrations.
your frustrations. Yes, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a good way to put it. But I see we've got a lot of youngsters, I think, and not just youngsters, good youngsters. Let me start there. Noah Herrick. He was out there with you when I was there a couple of weeks ago working on the field. He does a lot of MagFed stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and these guys are good. They're good for the sport because I always tell everybody, you can be the best player in the world, but if people are watching and you come off the field yelling and screaming and swearing, if somebody's sitting there wondering if they want to get involved playing paintball and they see this, they're going to go home and not do it. But
exactly.
you come off and you're high-fiving, you're having a good time. It draws people in to do it. And right now, Gio, we're getting a lot of youngsters. Just like I started my show, I had a lot of old guys watching it. I'm getting a lot of youngsters now doing it and contacting me and talking about some of the guys. When I came back in, I went out to a field and I was talking to a kid and I mentioned Bud Orr's name, right? Well, the kid didn't know who Bud Orr was, and I'm like, oh my God, that is just outrageous, and so that's why at the beginning of my show, I mention all these guys is for the simple fact is I want them all to know who really worked hard back in the day. And I should probably throw your name in there too, Gio, now that I can pronounce it correctly. I should probably throw that in because, what you've done over the years for paintball has just been absolutely great. It's not like you threw a field out there, you collect the money every week and just send them on their way. You're always advancing it, making something new. When I was there a few months ago, I came down there to break in 2 new fields,
Right.
and to be at Stefan's son's graduation. It was just excellent. Everything about it was just absolutely cool.
Yeah.
And,
Fred, I'm excited. A couple of years ago, I was going through some health issues, and I was going to retire, to tell you the truth. And then in the middle of getting ready for me to retire, it turned out that I made Dennis retire. So, but now, like for me, it's a renaissance. Like I am going to do my best. Like I'm not going anywhere. I'll retire doing that. I'll never retire. I'll die doing this in a sense. But I just want to make it how it was in the heyday. And the heyday was we all got along. The customers helped us get more customers. We had people putting on events from Ron Kilborn to everybody down. But now we have a lot of people are doing stuff like that too. We got Kusha doing MagFed, really killing it. We have a guy named Hendricks in San Diego. I mean, Noah, man, this guy is killing it. He's out there just making things happen and promoting and making fun things. We have all these little side promoters. We have a guy out of Arizona who comes, Eli Booth, who puts on or now helping do more scenario events. And we're going to put him on your big game. So when you do your tournament at SC Village Sunday, we'll bring Eli to make a big game where people go home with patches. But if we just get more excitement and really let everybody play the way they want to play, there's no stopping paintball. 40 years. Where are we going? I mean, the three-wheel motorcycle is not around no more. How many things are not around 40 years later? I mean, U.S. Steel's not. But paintball, we're here. We're here. We're strong.
You talk about Tommy Cole. Tommy Cole and I, we butted heads. We played against each other, man, back in the late 80s and 90s. He was with Bad Company. I had Constant Pursuit. Dave Youngblood played on my team. You know, I had a lot of guys that played on my team that went on that are doing very well in paintball right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, I'm excited about working with you. You know, Bud and I, we work together all the time. You know, him and I are just kind of like two bookends. But we're not going to sit on the shelf.
No.
We're gonna rule the books. But you
And
know, I'm excited to work with you on a lot of this stuff now. You
Fred,
know,
I'm excited. Like, we need your help. Like, you've always, I mean, you're the first for them. I mean, for Christ's sake, you're the first guy that got paintball on TV. People don't realize that. You put a lot of your own sacrifice to expose the sport, and
Oh
then
yeah,
guys are running with it. But it's those little seeds that we plant to make the fruits of a tree of 1,000 fruits at a time. And that's why I'm really happy that you're coming on board with us too, Fred, to make things better. I mean, people don't realize you're putting on an event, but you're out there building the field for this weekend, but it rained and you're sweating your ass. The field is fine, but no, you're going to make it perfect. You're going to make it better. And this is how things grow. And I mean, there's a lot of people upset that the event didn't happen, but they're very excited that in March they'll play one day, and the next day there'll be a big game, and we'll all sit around the table, have a beer, and put a bonfire and just talk about the war wounds of the day before.
there
But
you
we're
go. Yeah,
excited too, Fred. We're excited. I mean, I am blessed to have you in our corner, not just for
I
my business,
appreciate
but
it.
for the whole industry. To let's expose this again. Let's show the world that this is a beautiful product. Show the world that paintball is no age barrier, no gender barrier. You can play with your kids. Like Rodney Squire's out there
Bingo.
playing with his son now.
Yeah,
Like, and I started laughing. You know, Rodney was a little kid, and now he's out there playing with his son. And
you know,
me and my son played. Me and my son played every weekend until he was about 18 years old.
yeah.
And then he
Rodney
went on
played on
to
Constant Pursuit too. Rodney played with me back in the day.
yeah,
You know, Vu played with me back in. I mean, like I say, you know, the history that we have. You know, you, Bud, and myself is it's priceless. Period. I
no,
wouldn't trade it for nothing. And
and
that's
there's
what I
more
was saying.
we're gonna
Go
make
ahead.
more memories.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was saying at the beginning of the show that I wish I could take all the kids and time warp them back to the days because it
Yes,
was like the golden age of paintball back then, you know. But, you know, it can still be the new golden age of paintball.
I believe that.
We just all get together. We start promoting together. And what we start doing is we start attending these events,
Yes,
showing people that this is worth taking the time out of your life to go do because once you do it, you walk away with a memory that will last you forever. And they're always a good memory.
yes, yes, it is. I mean,
you,
come
you
on,
know
our
that
best friends are from this sport.
Absolutely.
you
What'd you say,
know
Bud?
well I'm sitting here thinking on you go back into the years and why SC is so successful, and because we all started from nothing. I mean, you guys are setting up a tent every day, you know, working out of that, and then we worked our way up from that. But what did we do? We worked together.
Yes,
Okay, and every change that we made at SC Village wasn't for just the simple fact of, oh, we got to make some more money. You know, we did not. I can't remember a time that we ever done anything at SC Village where money came into the picture at all. You know what we done at SC Village, and Dennis and Gio and all of us, all the crew, would listen to the players.
yes,
Okay, now you go to some fields and you don't have that feeling that you're really wanted. You're just there for a buck, you know. And then
Yeah.
what we did at SC Village is make people want to come back because we treated them nice. And we even treated moms nice. I
yes,
remember when Dennis and I were talking, that moms had come in and they didn't have nothing to do. So Dennis set up a little building in a trailer and put a TV in it and that was for the mom. So when they come over and drop the kids off, they could either play paintball with the kids, they could sit there and visit with each other and watch
100%.
TV or whatever. And nobody ever done that,
No,
and we was always thinking of things for the people,
Well,
and
that's how it should be.
yeah,
that's the way it should
Yeah.
be, but it's not that way anymore.
right.
That's what I'm trying to
But
get
it depends.
across.
It depends where you go, though. Some
Well,
parks are
no,
that way.
Tim is that way,
Tim,
and
I love Tim.
in
Yeah,
New
I,
York.
I mean, I think as much of Tim in his park as I do of Gio in his park. And that's a lot. Now, real
Yeah.
quick, guys, I've got my phone here because my computer is locked up. My computer says it stopped at 13 people watching. We have 22 people watching. Ramon de Leon, he has a store, Gio, down in San Diego, and he says that he's playing a Sunday club event this weekend at your San Diego park. Now, Ramon, I met Ramon. He came up here and played the WCPL last year, and he has just a great store down there by San Diego. And this is the kind of youngsters that I'm talking about. Now, this guy is a youngster. I don't know if you know him or not, Gio, but if you don't, you're going to want to meet him. He is an absolutely great kid, and he is really good for paintball. Always smiling, thinks very intelligent. He's not a goof off. He's just a great kid. Him and guys like Noah, I think, are absolutely terrific. So I can see it on my phone. We got 23 people live right now on the phone, but I locked up. So, Rick Wilcox, all you guys, I would normally take and punch you up and give you a little thing across above the crawl, but I don't know why, but I can't do it. But I just want you to know that we appreciate you guys all watching us tonight because, having Gio on, it's a huge thing. Having Bud on is a huge thing. These guys are great for the sport, and I appreciate so much. I wish I could show you this, Gio. But and all the comments keep blowing through. My comments are all froze. I can't do anything. I don't know why, but they can see the show if that's good enough.
The nice thing, Fred, the more you do this, the more we can connect the dots. Even like I'm surrounded. I got like 400 employees, so I'm surrounded by a bunch of people keeping the public away. But I'm very easy to reach. I'm very easy to get a hold of, and I like to talk to anybody. Anybody that needs help out there in paintball, you got a business, call me. You can use my business to make more money.
Right.
If you're a team, use my park to get better and figure out how to make more money in the park. But we are open-minded, and we do want to engage the new generation or this generation of players to really take us to the next level. I mean, we have a lot more to accomplish in this sport of paintball. I mean, we have legendary guys like Bud. Like I said, he's the historian. Without Bud Orr, there'd be not a lot of stuff here because he fought for it. I mean, he organized all these things. And right now, we got to get back there. I'm constantly fighting government on. I got OSHA problems with paintballs now, and we're fighting it one by one. Back in the day, we had our knight in shining armor, Bud Orr. I would say, Bud, we got this problem. Okay, let's call this turn. Let's do that. Let's go talk to the government. So we do need more people getting involved. Even if you go to an event, like when Fred does the event, if you're not playing, just show up and talk to the people and watch and see what's going on. You don't have to be playing the event to go there and have camaraderie and a great day with other paintball players.
Yeah, I preach that all the time, Gio, because what it does is it makes people see that the event was worth other people going to see, which then makes them interested enough to want to go out there and check it out too. I think that was very well put. I'd like you to meet Tim Schloss though sometime. I think you'd love Tim.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to go to St. Louis. I usually go to St. Louis in March.
Yeah, boy, if you could come in October, I mean, it would be great. Maybe we could drag him out here in September.
We're gonna drag him out. We're gonna get him out here.
Hey, Tim, if you're watching, give me a call real quick. We drag him out there for the anniversary game.
If he can find, awesome. If he can find his phone, he's still got a flip phone.
Yeah. You know why he's got a flip phone, don't you? Is because his carrier pigeon got sick. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Now, Fred, what day is your event going to happen?
It's going to be on a Saturday, the 23rd of March.
All right. So
here you go.
For the big game, the Fred Schultz opening.
What's going on, Tim?
I'm talking on my flip phone.
Yeah, Tim, I want you to hook up with Gio sometime because you two guys really think a lot alike, and you guys both have two terrific parks.
Well, he's got
I met him in
legendary.
the early '90s. Randy took me out to his park, and I played one time, and I got to meet him briefly there. And I ran into him at the Haunt Show about 4 or 5 years ago, and we
Yes,
talked
yes.
briefly. But we've never really sat down and talked. But great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do the 40th anniversary game here in September, and boy, that'd be awful cool if we could drag you out here.
Well, if we're not car racing, I'll be. I'll see if I can get it on.
That'd
Yeah.
be great. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
We got our play paintball car out there again.
Yeah, when does that race start? When's that season start?
Well, it started about 3 weeks ago, but we blew the motor up.
Oh,
So now the next race will be in about a month. I'll fill you in on the schedule, but it's we got a lot of press. We had the picture of the car with Play Paintball on it in the front in the corporate headquarters for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for a month in September last year.
oh, very cool.
I want a picture of
did a
that.
lot of
Tim,
views.
I want a picture of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Gio
good.
said to send him a picture of that.
Let me put in my marketing.
Well, he can go on the I'll get him a picture of it. It's on the USAC United States Auto Club Facebook page,
Okay.
But anyway, I'll get your picture of it. Hey, is he coming in town for the Haunt Show this year?
Yes. I'll
For what?
be there
The Haunt Show, the Haunted
Yes.
House Show.
Yeah,
in March.
It's in March.
Yep.
yeah, he said yes.
Okay, maybe I tell him to get a hold of me. We'll have dinner one night.
That'll be great.
Yeah, he said that would be great. Are you involved in that haunted house thing?
I go to it. We've got a couple of school buses that we run through the woods and let people shoot at zombies.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not
gotcha.
real big, but it's Greg does it mainly, but that show's pretty interesting.
Because you really got the looks for that, buddy. I got to tell
No, terrifying. Don't need any talent when you got my face.
you. I love you, brother.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll let you get back to it. Stay dry out there, and I'll be in touch.
We love you, man.
Love you
Have a
guys.
good evening.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, brother.
All right, everybody, this is Mr. Tim Schloss, Tiger Stripe Camouflage, Gateway Paintball, and one heck of a guy. Yeah, Gio, you got to hook up with him. You'd love him. He's a kick in the ass.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, he's a kick in the pants. I got to tell you. You get him and Bud together, we sit down, man. I walk out, my side's hurting. My cheeks are shrinking from all of the tears that these guys just are crack ups. They are funny. You know that's true, Bud.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it's different.
Different. Yeah. You know,
Bud, are you still building cars, Bud?
Oh yeah, I build, and right now I got a 64L Camino. I'm redoing from the frame up. 36 Ford two-door sedan that the only thing I'm using on it's the body. We built a lot of Razors and Can-Ams for off-road too. And I'm finishing my last Harley.
Wow.
I'm gonna put some pictures out online on that one. One of a kind, never made, never will be.
is that the one with the fancy fender and stuff that I seen when I was
Yeah.
down there? It is.
The devil bike, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll ride my Harley down there and we'll go for a putt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
When's that gonna be completed, Bud?
Pardon me?
When are you gonna complete that bike?
I want to complete it in the next 2 to 3 months. It's it's different. I mean, it's crazy.
it's-
well, you got to come over anyway. I'll show it to
Yeah.
you.
I
Yeah,
wanna see
it's
it.
it's pretty cool. That's the one you've been working on since what, 74?
No, 85.
85. There you go.
19 years.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
No, it's crazy ass. It really is.
it really is. A lot of
Yeah.
custom
And,
parts on that bad boy.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what? I got to tell you guys, working together with you guys and building paintball, I think is terrific. And Gio, getting you hooked up, that's one thing I try to bring people together, because once you bring them together, you start working together and boom, things just happen, period.
I agree with
That's how I did my first show. When I did the show at MGM Disney, it was the #1 show, period. And it brought a lot of people into the sport because it was on Disney's New York Street and it was on ESPN back at the time, right? So everybody asked me after I did the show, they go, well, why'd you have this guy and why'd you have this guy on the show? Because I went to everybody before I did the show, which took 9 months to put it together. I went to everybody and told them I was doing this, and 80% of the people looked at me and said, you are so full of crap. That'll never, ever happen. Everybody that was on my show was somebody that said, you know, buddy, it's going to be tough, but I wish you a lot of luck. They were all there. So that's
Yeah.
loyalty. And to me, loyalty is a huge, huge thing. Period.
And that was a big push of paintball. I mean, once you got on TV, it was like lightning for everybody. Everybody was trying to do something, and then that grew the sport.
It did, but you know what was good about it was on Disney property. So a lot of people before that, because Bud knows, we took a lot of heat. You know, you go around, you were a warmonger, you were all kinds of crap because you did paintball. But after I did that, it was like it was in a different light. People are looking at go, well, Disney let it right on their property on New York Street. There's got to be something to it. And it actually, after I did the show, I got calls from people I didn't even know that were getting a hold of me that own fields going, you know, Fred, I can't believe how many new people are coming out to this because they seen it on TV and wanted to do it.
Yep.
And ESPN had the rights to air it one time. And they ended up, because they had the rights for 1 year until it came back to me. And they aired it 24 times that time, and it blew away basketball, all kinds of stuff. So it reached millions of people. It just didn't reach a couple of people, and that's what it did a good thing for it. I was very, very pleased with that. And I'm looking forward to doing something like that again sometime. And you know,
that's definitely in the cards. That's definitely
well,
in the cards,
I'm thinking about getting some people together and maybe coming down to SC and doing a celebrity shoot. Yep. I think would be pretty cool.
There's a whole bunch that plays. I mean, almost every weekend there's a major celebrity at you know, for Charlotte Sports and SC Village. Every weekend we have some sort of major celebrity, if not sports figures. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy, the people who play.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it is. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. You know, and I probably let that out of the bag, but that's the next thing on my list is getting some celebrities together and do a celebrity game, you know, and it'll be a fun thing. You know, there's nothing involved but publicity for SC and the people playing it. That's what it'll be involved in.
We're all in, Fred. We're all in. Whatever help you need from us, you have an army behind you.
Well, I appreciate that very much, guys. Well, you know what? I think I blew through my hour here. I could probably go to midnight with you two guys. You know, Gio, first, I want to thank you for taking the time coming on tonight. I want to thank you again for letting me bring the WCPL down to SC Village, and hopefully we can build on this in years to come. And I am really, really looking forward to working with you on things here in the future to not only make SC Village greater, but to make paintball bigger and better.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Fred. I really do, and it's going to happen because we're not stopping. I mean, we're moving forward, and we're going to keep on growing this thing that's been around for 40 years.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, you know, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, but right off the top, thanks again so much for taking the time to come on tonight, my friend.
No problem. Thank you, Fred. Everybody who's watching this, please tell a friend to watch more of this. We need more people watching this podcast because you're going to hear it straight from the people who wants this industry to grow. We need your help. Fred always have entertaining guests and very, you know, where does the time go when you're with them? Bud, good night. I love you, Bud. You're the best. And
you're awesome, dude. I'll see you Friday or Saturday.
All right, love you, Bud. Thank you so much, guys.
Love you,
Bye,
man.
Fred.
Take care.
All right, Gio,
Bye-bye.
take it easy, my friend.
That's fun.
Wow, what a great guy, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely great guy. So, I got those paintball guys on now too, but he got in just a little bit too late. So, Bud, I want to thank you so much for coming on here tonight, my friend.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thanks for inviting me. And it was being on with Gio. It's awesome. So
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to working with him here in the future. He wants to, you know, he discussed some big things with me a couple of weeks ago when I was down there. So we're looking forward to doing it. And I think it's going to be a very, very good for the sport of paintball and make it more aware to the general public. So,
well, he's a big part of, you know, we all work together and we all thought of a lot of things, but you know, sometimes it was hard for Dennis to comprehend, but Gio, he got it right away, and he would make Dennis bend. So, but
well,
he's the growth of SC has a lot to do with him, a
yeah, well,
major part of him. So.
I'm glad he stuck around. That's for darn sure.
Oh no, he's yeah, we've had, you know, had some
I got
great
you.
times out there. So
All right, Bud. Well, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. And I want to thank you right up top for taking the time tonight to come on with me.
well, I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope everything went well for you guys and ladies, and love you all, and hope to see you soon. You
Right on,
take
brother.
care.
Tell
And
Kathy I said hi.
thanks, brother. Thanks for letting me on. So,
Always, anytime.
all right.
You got an open card. You know that.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
All right, brother.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. All right, everybody. That was the great Mr. Bud Orr. And I mean great with a capital G. Terrific, terrific person. Okay, I didn't run too much longer, but I hope you guys all enjoyed it tonight. I appreciate everybody that watched it. I am so sorry that everything, the show kept going on, but everything else froze up in here. So I wanted to go ahead and acknowledge some of the people that were watching tonight, because we had some great people watching tonight. Thomas Gee and James McGuff, my very, very good friend, Stefan Sandersola, Gumby, I will call him. Just some great, great people on here tonight. So I want to thank you again. Remember, when we all work together, we make paintball bigger and better. So please, everybody, next Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock Pacific time, on Facebook, on Flagpole Productions. Until then, please play hard, play safe, play fair, get out there and play paintball. All right? Talk to you later.